Hey YouTube, Billy here. The folks over at DMZOK sent me out a security camera to review. The camera they sent me is their Wi-Fi camera, which has the capability of doing pan, tilt, and zoom, and it has night vision and two-way audio. The camera comes with a built-in base, and the camera part sits on top. This is where it'll do the pan, tilt, zoom. The base down here has the hookups on it if you want to hook this directly to your router and your power hookup. It also has a slot in the back for a micro SD card to add storage to the camera. I've seen some other reviews done about this style camera, and they went into the whole setup. I'm not going to do that today. I just want to tell you guys about my experience with it. First off, when the company reached out to me and I told them I need some time with it, I don't just do a quick review. I'm not trying to rubber stamp product here. I want to check stuff out. If it's good, I'll tell you if it's good. If I have problems with it, I'm going to tell you I have problems with it. When I got it the first day, I unboxed it. Basically, you plug it in. You have to put the app on your phone. There's a syncing process that takes place between your phone, the camera, and your router. One side note here, your router has to be 2.3 gig. It can be a dual router, it can be 2.3 and 5, but it can't just be a 5 gigahertz router. I don't know why the reasoning is, but this will not run on a 5 gig router. It has to have 2.3 gig. My router has both, so I had no problem syncing to it. The entire process only took me, I want to say it was maybe 2-3 minutes. You have to create like a quick camera account, and then once you have that account set up, anybody else that you want in your family that has a smartphone or a tablet can log in. I was really curious to check that out because I'm using an iPhone. So I had my iPhone logged in. Then I had my wife take her iPhone and log in as well. And we were both able to look at the camera at the same time. And if one of us moved the camera with our phone just by swiping our finger on the screen, you could see it happening on the other phone and I could move it back from my phone. So it was sort of like we had dual controls. I didn't see one phone overriding the other phone. Whoever swiped first, that command went through. If you swipe back, then that command went through and it moved around. But what was nice was that both of us could log in at the same time. So then I have an Android tablet. I wanted to see if an Android would connect. I've been able to connect my iPhone, my wife's iPhone, my Android tablet, and her iPad. All four of those devices are hooked to this camera right now, are able to log in, view the camera, and control the camera. That to me is really neat. This is advertised as a potential baby monitor, nanny cam, / security camera. I think it fits any one of those categories. You could put this up in a store somewhere. It comes with a wall mount clip or a ceiling mount clip that basically has 2 screw holes to it. You would mount it to a surface. Then this part right here, there's an internal thread on the bottom of the camera base. This right here just threads into it, and you've mounted your camera on the wall, and then you set it up from there. The camera has the ability to do motion activated recordings, snapshot pictures, and contact you when it sees motion to give you a motion alert. I tested all of it out and it worked great. And I haven't seen anything about this camera that shows that this is an exterior camera or a camera designed to be mounted on the outside of your house to take weather. I did run it outside in my backyard. I put it on a covered porch and I left it there for about 3 nights. We might have had some light rain come through, nothing bad, but I just wanted to see what it would do. And what I was doing was I was having a problem. If you guys have been following my channel, a coon attacked some of my chickens. So I got the one coon out of there and I was trying to see if there's any more around, so I had a baited trap. I set this camera up to keep an eye on the trap, so if something came in, I got alerts on my phone. Super cool. And it worked. If something went through the yard, I got a doo-doo on my phone, looked down, there's a little message that came up on my iPhone saying motion alert. I had called this camera the Billy camera, so it would say motion alert from the Billy camera. You click on the motion alert and it'll give you a snapshot of what just happened. Really a neat feature. I just want to say something here too. Back in the 90s, I worked for a communications outfit. And I put in some pretty decent camera systems. We work with small, mid-sized businesses, and we did some like justice centers and stuff like that. They had put in these pan tilt zoom cameras, and I remember at the time, they were selling those cameras for $5,000 and more for one camera, and then that camera had to be hardwired to a video system. Now those cameras had really good resolution and they could zoom out. I understand what the price point was about, but this right here is like the residential version of that. It's well under $100 and it's self-contained. You don't have to wire anything. You basically can pick a spot in your house. As long as this is synced to your Wi-Fi, you're good to go. Anywhere you want to be in the world, as long as you have internet access, you can dial into your camera and look at what's going on at your house. There's a button on there you can hit the audio button, you'll hear what's going on in your home, and then you can hold the screen to press to talk, and you can communicate in your home. I tested it out from my work. My wife tested it out. What was funny about it is, usually when it comes to my tools, she's just like, oh, well, whatever. This one, she logged in on it. She was messing around with it. She actually really liked it. We were teasing the dogs with it. And that's another thing. I didn't even cross my mind when I set this thing up that I could monitor my pets with this. You know, we have the 2 pups. There's been some mischief going on when Mrs. Bourbon and I aren't at home. So we've been able to log in and we can actually say, hey, stop it. It's a little side thing there that when I first got the camera, I didn't think it would be part of this review, but now it's another thing that you could actually use this camera for. I took my phone to work and I was showing a lot of my coworkers the camera, and I was dialing into the house and showing them my living room and panning around, showing the dogs. Now one person was like, oh yeah, whatever. Everybody thought it was a neat idea. I could go on and on about the camera. There's a lot of things that I found that I really liked about it. Another thing that happened was at one point I dropped it from about 3 feet on some concrete, and I was like, oh boy, I haven't finished the review yet. It didn't even phase it. It put some marking on the outside, and the camera still works perfectly fine. Didn't notice any changes in resolution. So it seems like it's built pretty durable as well. In the interest of keeping this short, I'm going to end the review here. I would say if you're looking for a security camera on the lower price end, that you can do an easy hookup with, connect it to wireless, be able to log in without having any systems, any wires, anything to deal with, this is the way to go. The only thing you'll need wherever you put this camera is some power. That's it. In the next couple weeks here, I'm going to try and get some footage together, and I'll do a separate video. So if you're interested, you can log in and check out that footage to see what the camera's capable of on that side of it. As always, I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.